I was sitting here thinking about Hollywood. What is it, Los Angeles? Wherever they got Hollywood at. I don't even know, bro. I always wanted to build my own stuff. I never really, I wouldn't have mind helping and getting out there and doing this and that, but I just wanted to do my own thing. But I was just sitting here wondering, like, to me, Los Angeles is like the streets, the hoods. So I'm wondering, like, I'm listening to all these deaths, these mysterious deaths, and all this stuff. I'm wondering, like, cause it's like that in the streets too, you know. Is it a lot like the hood? Cause you know you got all this stuff. You got the parties, you got uh, the drugs, the alcohol. You got the women, the men that's intoxicated, and you got different variety of people. People got money, people don't got money. It's just like street. So I'm wondering if they just, cause I ain't in the word, I ain't in the talking mood right now. There's something going on, man. I'm just really going over stuff with God, really. There's something going on, man. I call it a birth. I keep hearing about it, a spiritual birth. I'm supposed to be trying to get this gift from God. I want to know if I get to get it or not. I've been trying my best to get this gift from God, bro. But I don't know if I'm doing good enough to get this particular gift. It'll be huge for me, though. It ain't nothing nobody can give me on earth. Not this gift. I done got to experience it, but he'll take it. And one of them I almost got, but then I snapped. Something happened. Probably like a year and a half ago or something. I snapped and the gift went away. And it was a test. I failed the test, basically, long story short. I can't believe y'all don't know nothing about getting gifts from heaven, bro. Y'all get these gifts from the devil. You know about them. You don't know about getting gifts from heaven. That's sad. That's real sad. And when you know, we gotta clean up, man. Y'all really didn't believe in God. Y'all thought God was gone, huh? I bet y'all thought God wasn't even real, bro. And then y'all like, I know they got the people in there that do this and do that, but it's like when you come to the streets gonna swallow you now. It's like you expecting the streets to save you. So what I'm trying to say is, like, let's say you go to Hollywood, Las Vegas. So I want to know what it's like. I'm trying to figure out what it's like. I don't want to know what it's like. I'm trying to figure out what it's like. Like, is it like, do they expect these people to save them from this fast life in Hollywood, like the drugs and all that that's introduced to you? Because it's always been introduced to artists. I remember me and this guy went to Atlanta to a big studio, and at that time I wanted a deal. I'm in there giving my all, and they were like, "Yeah, y'all got studio time. We're gonna be in here for hours now. We're gonna be in here for hours. We're gonna be in here for hours, bro. Get this done. See what y'all got." And we were like, "Yeah, yeah." And I'm used to doing hours. They were talking about some hours. I didn't know they were talking. I didn't know they went through so much to make it perfect. Like, and then they perfection to me was all them hours we put in to do that was, I don't know what that was, but and I could tell everybody do it like that, which is good because it really cuts out all the, but man, too much editing ain't good, bro. I don't know what they got going on, but anyway, I ain't gonna say all of them, and all of them might not function like that. It is good what they're doing the hours to clean up, but anyway. So I go in the darn studio. We get in the studio, and we went to the mall somewhere to take a break, chill, and look at some women, go see if we can find some women. And they always kept a woman in the studio, and they kept this woman in the studio. You know why they kept this woman in the studio? And believe it or not, dog, I don't know why. Why I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. I wouldn't let them touch me, and they were fine. I don't know why I wouldn't let them touch me though. I wasn't big on that back to back stuff. Now that I sit here and think about it, bro, I always been scared of my DNA. I mean, I heard somebody ask you, said, we gonna move out the DNA. Well, you move it out. I keep I keep my DNA safe because I'm in these streets. I see what happen when people change DNA. The whole feature change in their whole body. They look different. They act different. And I noticed that without being spiritualistic. For real. So you do what you gotta do. That's what I heard somebody in the Astro say. You gonna move? You move the DNA over all you want. Don't care what you do. I know it done saved me because I'm in these streets. I was in these streets. I had to live in these streets, and they made sure I stayed in these streets and never could get out of these streets. And my job was to get on drugs. They wanted me to get on drugs and be homicidal and suicidal, just like they doing a lot of y'all in Las Vegas or Hollywood or wherever that place is. And that's pressure. That's a spiritual pressure. There really ain't nobody. The people that, like, what I'm trying to say is, it's people in the streets that get you to sell your soul. It's people in the streets that get you to lose yourself. It's people in the street. That's what we call, I ain't gonna call, well, that's what they said, don't say that. That's what certain individuals are, certain pillars are in the street. That's that pressure. But anyway, so we in the studio or whatever, and I felt like the song been done. But we putting them 100 more hours in one song. I'm like, man, the song done, bro. They just chopping I'm hearing it back. I'm hearing it back, start saying, man. I'm like this, bro, like, you know. So anyway, they got this woman, one or two women in there. The please. It's like a ship. It's like a ship, bro. Back in the day, they don't tell these stories. They got them captain ships and all these boats. They don't tell you the story that they keep one woman on them ships. I'm gonna just let that be that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell no more. But they keep one woman. I don't know why I have a woman. Why you couldn't put why couldn't each of us have a woman? It's like the program is bad out here, bro. I'm not big on sharing my DNA before. I had one homie did. One homie, we went, it was about 5 men, bro, about 5 of us and one woman. Man, we had some business to take care of. We had a route to do. And, cause, you know, I was a driver. And we had a big route to do, so we had to all get together. I know I had five people with me and one girl. So we went to this house to get ready for this pickup. And everybody went through this girl. And I was playing the game. I said, I go last. I'm telling you, bro. I go last. And I said, I go last. Shawty said, I went in there. I wasn't gonna do that with it, but I just wanted to go and see. Cause you know, when I was young, I wanted to see like what's going on, bro. I was like, I could tell I was God's child now. Cause I'm like, what's going on, bro? It's like my father always been with me, so you better not. But I'm looking at the girl in there, you know, And she looking like she done, and first thing she said it was like an angel jumped into it and said, I love such and such. I said, good. I walked out the building, I went over there. And with that dude, he always running his mouth. I said, Shawty said she love you. He said, what? What? he went in there and started fussing with him. And I started playing the game, bro. And he said, man, you gotta go. I said, I ain't gotta do nothing. I can take her home. I said, I can take her home. I ain't got to do nothing. Ain't none of y'all gonna be able to make me do nothing. I'm already the driver, bro. I'm the man. I ain't gotta do nothing, dog. He was a driver too, but he wasn't good as me. so I ain't gotta do nothing. But anyway, the same thing with this situation. I mean, at the studio was in Atlanta. The girl was bad, bro. And it was just like it threw me off, man. You know what I'm saying? The girl was so beautiful. It threw me off, man. Alright, I'm going somewhere with this. Now watch this though. Thankfully I was already born in the street and used to this. So they burned us out with this one song for one. One song. Man, after that I went and invested my street money in the studio. And I built my own studio. And I made plenty of songs. In the little time that they made that one song, I made plenty of songs. I was trying to get I was like, what was that? What was that all about? So like after they burned us out with these songs, we go into this room, and in this room it's like a Christmas tree full of drugs. Everybody doing these drugs. You see people that you wouldn't expect to do these drugs. Probably upcoming artists is doing these drugs. You seeing people do these drugs now. You hearing about people doing drugs that you wouldn't expect to do drugs at all. That's in the industry. I can really go there, but I'm not gonna go there. And it's just a Christmas tree full of drugs. And I said, thank God I'm not signed with this dude. And my boy was though. And man, me and my boy, don't get me wrong, we would dibble and dabble in it, but not like they were finna put us through. You know what I'm saying? And I think he ran, cause he was a great artist. He was better than me. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot. We learned a lot from each other, cause we go back and forth. It's like he ran from up there. He ran from blacks in general. He stopped dealing with black folk altogether. I don't know what happened to him up there, but he stopped dealing with black folk altogether. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't the problem though. I don't know what really got into him. I figured what got into him was the fact that I had to stop somebody from blowing that sister head off. And she was on her, by the time I got there, he was like, come get such, come get such, bro. Come on, get such. Because he going crazy. And I knew the person. And that dude, when he go crazy, when they call him a little bulldog, bro. He go crazy, real crazy. And, he was called Diesel then. In his younger days. So I grabbed a strap. He said, he got my drug my sister in the wood like a pit bull, like a dog. He drug my sister in the wood. His sister was fine, boy. That's up. I never hit on him because his mama was fine. I was trying to hit on his mama. I think he got rid of me for that. Because I thought his mama was sexy, boy. So his sister was sexy, but his mama was sexy, though. Because his sister said, take me to the movies. I said, I ain't taking you to the movies. She was like, I bet you'll take my mama. I said, I bet I would too, you know what I'm saying? But, anyway, but I don't think he got rid of me because of that. So I grabbed the Glock, and I went up there. It's probably 2 in the morning. And I go up there, I drive up the road. You gotta watch my speed because it's 2 in the morning. And it's the weekend. Laws is hot. Too bad they wasn't where they needed to be on. But then nobody called the cop. Not these people, not me. So it wasn't nothing to least suspect, it wasn't nothing to expect, But I get there, he done drug out in the wood, bro. I can see the tracks. I can see the tracks, so I'm falling out to the woods, then I hear the girl, And she looking like, I'm telling you, bro, she looked like she was on her knee. I said, bro, chill out, man. I grabbed him. He didn't know I walked up on him. He couldn't even hear nothing. He was so gone. I grabbed him. I said, man, give me that, man. Chill out, bro. And I pushed him out. But go on, man. Go on, bro. But let's go to the car. Go on, go on. Man, let me. He had his ear talking out his head. So anyway, me, him, and her brother went to this little barn that he stayed at. And when I walked in there, I said, man, leave them. I said, leave them crackers alone. That's what I said, you know what I'm saying? Because I had to talk to him that way, you know what I'm saying? I had to talk to him that way because it was in the moment. I was like, leave them crackers alone now. Leave them alone now. And her brother was listening at the door. And I think he got in his feelings about that little stuff, not even acknowledging the fact that I just saved his sister's life. And he called me when I didn't even have to even pull up. And, you know, I could have easily just said, that's on you, bro. You ain't even my color, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't do that. And I went up there and I risked my life for their lives. He didn't even look at that. All he heard was the fact that I said, get that, all he heard was the fact that I said, leave them crackers alone, man. But not understanding the game in it, bro. Cause that, me and him was about to kill each other in that barn. And I told him, chill out, bro. Cause the dude was just, he was just doing, he was high, so I don't know what the hell wrong with that boy. But, it was just one of them moments. But that was the second time I had said this, so I had to tell her. And that was a different dude, and I said, I ain't gonna do it no more, so you better pick your men wisely. Cause the dude, she fine, bro. So the dude that wanted her with big plugs and stuff, that was big dude, bro. Like these cats were clean. These cats were clean and, you know, had money. All the women want them. They'll call my new energy down here and act like they finna introduce them to me. And when these girls meet these guys, they never get to me. That way it was these kind of guys. Plugs, straight up plug. And they plugged out there. To them girls, shit. And I just told her, I said, don't get caught up like that no more. But anyway, so back to the story, like I said, they had this stuff, you know, you double and double, you get ready for music, you start thinking you might need to smoke a little weed, do a little this sometime. And you think, shoot. I ain't saying all studios, I'm not saying that. But I just figured that when it get really big, like Hollywood and stuff like that, this stuff where you overwork, when they want you to do this, do that, do all this acting stuff, do these shows on the road, you constantly on the road. That's why you gotta have time off, and they shouldn't have been having you constantly on the road. Somebody should have been managing money better. You want extra money so you can do stuff you ain't got no business. And it looked like a lot of people, not just the artists and stuff, I'm talking about producers, it looked like a lot of people trying to buy drugs. Because that was one drug everybody loved that's a very expensive drug. And I seen doctors go broke on that one drug. So, because it's definitely a rich man drug. And because I'm in the street, you know, I see what they got to order. I'm a driver now. So I know who ordering what. Who getting what, how much such want, what they need, and who this person is. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot I ain't even talking about. I ain't even thinking about talking about. I done forgot anyway because I ain't remember stuff like that. I don't remember stuff like that. But I just know that these people was important people, and what they was on, they needed a lot of it. And it's like they'll keep the system going. They'll keep the entertainment going just to stay on the drug. You know what I'm saying? They'll keep everything going to stay on the drug. Not knowing that they got these artists that's working with them and they gonna drag them artists. They could have easily broke down stuff and did stuff right and made it, had people get time off so they could get their rest. They could have easily, and it's probably a setup for that. But when drugs came in the picture, they bypassed all that and just stay on the drug. I know that's probably what it had to be. I'm like, when the devil come in the picture at then? You know what I'm saying? What I'm looking for, like, the devil got to be manifested. You know what I'm saying? So, conjured. My bad. The devil got to be conjured. So when the devil get conjured? I've been sitting here. I just woke up out my sleep thinking about that. I'm like, that must be what it is. Not really. You don't want to know what I was thinking about in my sleep. I was thinking about somebody got my mail, and the people who got my mail is people who, you know, druggies and stuff like that, and just ruin my life so they could get high for free. But anyway, like I said, that table was all full of drugs, and I left my boy there. You know, my boy, he was already signed with him anyway. I just left. I was like, man. He's like, yeah, do whatever y'all gotta do, man, so we can get back on here. I said, I'm finna go. I'm from the street, bro. I already know where that road lead to. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if this is entertainment, this the road we go down to be super rich and everybody. I ain't going down that road to do all that. And I shouldn't have to do all that to go down that road. I said, I'm gonna leave. I told my boy, just call me when you need me, bro. And I just drive up here, record, because my stuff's solid on there. He ain't gonna get it no better than that. And I left. Real, bro. I just left. Cause I'm from the street, and it's like these tactics they use. It's like, okay, what are we doing here? And so you see where I'm coming from? Like, the devil gotta be conjured. Now let me take you to the punchline. So let's say this girl, she's in there. That's a problem right there within itself. Cause you already done shared DNA with her. So your mindset or your thought pattern is gonna be altered. So when they introduce, why is it like this? See, you gotta watch how the devil is conjured. Why is it like that? Okay, they done took you shopping, got you clothes, and you got this woman in here. You done swap DNA with. The woman don't know neither. The dude don't neither. See, I'm in the game, bro. I know the game, bro. I know the game so good. I can write blueprints for a game. You know what I'm saying? For a street game, easy. But I wouldn't do it no more. I don't think God want me to do it. But so the girl don't know. The dude don't know. He don't went in there, he took him shopping. And this woman slept with him, that's her job. Ain't no feelings involved. Ain't no telling how many people coming in the studio. See what I'm saying? Ain't no telling how many people coming in the studio. Alright, and now we go downstairs to this room, do some more music. You got this Christmas tree table with drugs on the table looking like a little miniature Christmas tree. A big table. So, that's what you gotta ask yourself. I can't remember if it was our drug. I'm tripping. I can't remember if it was our drugs or our studio that had a table. It was multiple places. One of them had drugs, but I don't know if it was that. It was a good bit of drugs though to last you. It last everybody know. But if my homeboy went to another studio, cause he had to go studio to studio, and he was telling me about the Christmas tree food. I can't remember. Either way it goes, I was a table full of drugs. And drugs are free. You just grab the table. I mean, you grab the table. The right person go there, they go grab the table. But so the girl like that. Okay, so by this time, what I'm trying to say, my homeboy, when he would have came to me, when my homeboy would have came to me, on a norm, my homeboy probably would have left with me. But you see what I'm saying? Then I took him shopping. Gave him free studio time. He know he got free studio time. He got this bad shouty right here. that's gonna do anything he asks her to do. Anything. Anything. Talking about Charlotte like she walked out of a magazine. She gonna do anything. Me and her was kicking it. I didn't even know she was utilized like that. Me and her was tripping and kicking it, bro. And I thought she was a rapper. So I was like, yeah. We were rapping, you know what I'm saying? And then I seen what they did too. And she was like, where you gonna bring such and I said, nope. No, no. And but anyway, so by the time they took us and we noticed the drugs and everything finna be involved in making that song, I just left. I said, I'm gone, bro. Because I know where that road ends. The streets and the clubs be like that. We be like that in the street. Everybody be doing good all day. We done went shop. We done did great things. We done been on the corner working. We done did all this and everything. Then them drugs kick in. The stronger drugs, like more drugs. Everybody bring their drugs to the table, drugs. And things just start going down, bro. Everybody start sleeping around and, you know, around the corners in the bathroom. And then it's like people start reacting different, moving different. Yeah, I heard somebody in Astro say, you don't want to deal with the DNA, that's on you. I know for a fact people act different when they do different DNA. And if you ain't with your right DNA, so what I'm saying when you with your right DNA, all the people that's my DNA act like me somehow, some way. All y'all do. The old energy, my new energy, the twin, I'm sure I ain't never met you. The twin, the new flame, my soul tree soulmate, the new energy I ain't never met. I know y'all act like me secretly. So that's the same DNA. So when you with the same DNA, you're not gonna act out of place. I learned this in the street, y'all. And you know, all the God just brought clarity to it for me. I learned a lot more in these 5 years while I'm here. But God just really took these 5 years and showed me why he put me through all that. But I learned all this in the street. I had to. Because I was doing important things in the street and I had to survive. And you can't survive like that. That's why you see successful plugs and stuff like that who never got caught and never got bullets, never got in another trouble. Well, some of them got shot up, probably.